Well, Danny, a week on from the bombshell decision you hit us with, your thoughts a few days down the line?
Yeah, look, it's a decision I've gone with. Time will only tell if it's the right one or the wrong one. But it's one I've looked at. I just think now's the right time. There's nothing that's happened. I just feel that this is the right time for me to step away. I think obviously it's tough, especially with days like today when you grind out a 3-1 win and the fans are absolutely bouncing and things like that. They're the days are going to be tough when I look back if things don't work out for me, but I've got to be strong to my decision, and I just feel that now's the right time for me to step away. And like I say, I think for me it's given the club the best opportunity to move forward as well, because I could have quite easily waited till the last day of the season and told the club, and then all of a sudden we're chasing the tails and things like that. But there's going to be changes in the summer with personnel, and I want to give the next man the best opportunity and the most time he can to make a decision on who he wants to keep and who's to move on.
I respect your thoughts on that, so we'll move on to what has been a brilliant afternoon today.
Yeah, delighted. I think obviously probably not our most flowing football today, but we had to grind it out when the pitch is as heavy and sticky and wet and muggy as it was. We had to grind it out, and the boys stood up to that challenge and took their opportunities when they came along. I don't think there was a lot in the game, to be honest with you. I think they probably had a little bit more possession than us. Without really creating many opportunities. I think probably the opportunities were probably evenly spread. I thought it was two good teams going at it, and like I say, about one scare later on when the lad gets in behind our back four, I can't really remember Jimmy having much work to do. So look, over the moon with the result. To come to FC and get 3 points is a huge positive for us.
Now the first goal, put it down to a mistake from Connor Tinian, but he redeemed himself almost immediately, and for me was man of the match by a country mile.
Yeah, again, as much as it's a mistake by Connor, I think it's a mistake by the whole team. He's got loads of time to turn on the ball, and no one's giving that information. Yes, Connor knows that pass should be better, that if he is going for it, but the whole team have got to let him know that he's got time to turn on the ball and play forward, because whenever we played forward, I felt in the first 20-25 minutes especially, we caused them a lot of problems. And so yeah, frustrating for Tinners more than anybody, but the reaction that I would have expected from Tinners was go and give him the ball again and I'm going to try and make up for it, and lo and behold he does with a great through ball for Dav.
So 1-1, and then a goal I'm sure you'll be pleased with, young Sam Hetherington getting his name on the score sheet. What a fantastic finish that was.
Yeah, delighted for him, because I've spoke to him this week regarding in and around the box. I do feel he's absolutely tremendous between the two boxes, but then when he gets into the goal scoring opportunities, it's almost like he loses that little bit of belief and trust what he sees. And I said to him, get your shots away, back yourself that you can strike a ball, because he strikes a great ball, and today he's done tremendous. He's obviously got his goal. He's had another opportunity that was blocked, that was flying in, and again, one of them ones that you look at and you think, had he not had he got a dead leg late on in the first half and just half time seized up and we couldn't get him back out. Fingers crossed, obviously he'll be alright this week. And but delighted for him. And then obviously, like you say, Lewis Riley coming on, pouncing on a mistake from their goalkeeper. I'm delighted for Lewis, because he's been so frustrated this season, because he came back in pre-season. I set him a challenge in pre-season to lose a lot of weight and come back and show me that you want to be part of it with us, and he did, and he came back probably the fittest he's ever been. And pre-season, he had a tremendous pre-season, and he had a real bad, obviously, injury 2 or 3 weeks in, and he's now waiting for that opportunity. And again, I was delighted that he got his goal, because he has worked hard to get back into the squad, and now obviously trying to get himself back in the team.
And important that we got that third goal, because in previous weeks it's proved our downfall.
Yeah, and I think again, there's little moments in games. We have that little opportunity there where they have an opportunity later on when we're down to 10 men, and Jim makes an excellent save and tips it over the crossbar. And it's just little moments in games. I've said it all season, and I think today we fall on the right side of them. And again, I think we've played a lot better than we have today and lost games. Yeah. So for me, I'm delighted to get the 3 points at a very, very tough venue to come.
One controversial moment, the sending off of Bobby Carroll. Your thoughts on that?
Look, he slips. I'm too far away to say whether he goes in high or not. Bobby says he doesn't. Says he goes in, slips, catches the boy. The thing that's kind of frustrated me more is not the fact that that's his decision. 2 minutes later, their lad who's already been booked slips, clatters into Connor Tinian. and all we get is a free kick.
Yeah.
Like, I've got no issue if that's the way he's going to go down. He's not going to be no lenience on the ground, on the footing of the lads. If they slip and they're going high, then that's fine. I've got no issue with that. Some other referees would just book Bobby there and say, look, you've slipped, yes, it's a late challenge. Their lad jumped straight up. And then again, even later on, when Jim's trying to take a free kick down in the corner, their boy's 5 yards away from him, and he books Jim for time wasting. The rule is 10 yards. Like, Jim's well within his rights to not take that free kick. So look, not too frustrated with the fact that Bobby's been sent off. I don't think it's a sending off in my eyes, but again, I'm too far away. But it's the consistency that's frustrating me more.
And what about your seat in the stand this afternoon? How did that go down?
No, I didn't enjoy that at all, to be honest with you. Obviously, I was sent off after the Morpeth game at home, and the ban came through last week.
Was it just the one match?
Just the one match, touchline ban, which again, it's hard for me. Obviously, it's quite nice that I was able to sit right behind the dugout and pass the information down that I wanted. With obviously Dev leading the team today, and but again, to be honest with you, as much as I'm very vocal when I'm on the touchline, these boys can lead themselves at times. They don't always need a massive voice, but the way I am, I try and push them as much as we can. But delighted for the boys today, because they've had a lot of stick over the last probably 6-8 weeks, where we've lost some bad games or we've not quite got over the line when we've been 2-0 ahead. People questioning, obviously with the decision coming on Sunday night, the announcement coming Sunday night, the boys are going to down tools. These boys will not down tools for this football club. I can
that was evident today.
100% guarantee you that. The boys knew before we kicked the ball last week, that I'd made the decision that I was leaving, and that's 2 wins in a row. These boys will not down tools for the football club. They've got too much drive and determination. They want to finish as high up this league as you can. So anybody that thinks that we're going to saunter through to the end of the season, completely wrong, because we're not. We're going to push on as much as we can.
Injury situation, any additions today?
Just obviously Sam got a knock, so we'll assess him. Obviously we're back in Carlisle on Monday. We'll assess him early part of the week to see how he is. Kieran Caston's picked up this bug that we've had through the squad, seems to be picking them off one by one. So Cass has been bedbound for most of the week, and Riggy's away at the moment for personal reasons. So again, delighted that the squad's there, and I thought Kit Nelson came back into the team today. I thought he was good again. Found that little bit of energy that he lacked after he'd had the bug. So fingers crossed now we can start pushing and challenging and get as many lads back fit, and push on now with these last 8 games.
Danny, a league double, 3 points, and you're back on the touchline next week.
Cheers, Steve, thank you.